Hey guys, what is up? Quick video today to share my latest projection with you guys. So this has been my first successful projection in over 30 days. For those of you that have been following my channel, you know I cut caffeine out of my diet in an attempt to make my projection practice more effective, thinking that caffeine messes with your sleep cycle, messes with serotonin levels in your brain, and on the contrary, it just completely destroyed it, just ruined it. I lost my ability to put my body to sleep while I keep my mind awake. It got rid of my spontaneous awakenings during the night. Um, it also destroyed my dream recall for a period of time. But I'm happy to say things are still getting better, turning around. I've had 2 spontaneous lucid dreams this week, and I've actually reached the vibrational state twice this week without even trying. Which I guess I should explain. So I was sleeping, dreaming about something completely non-projection related, just nonsense dreams like I normally have, and all of a sudden I started feeling the vibrations while I was dreaming, and they were strong enough they woke me up, and I was just laying there awake in the vibrational state, and that almost never happens. So I think that's a good sign. So last night I wake up at 3 a.m. my normal practice, get up, get a drink, go to the bathroom, write down some dreams, and just try to wake myself up a little bit, and then go back to bed, and I don't try to put my body to sleep while I keep my mind awake. I actually just let myself go back to sleep, and I try to take advantage of subsequent spontaneous awakenings to use the indirect method and just roll out of body. That is my preferred method these days. That is by far the easiest method to project. So I lay down on my back. I just tend to have more spontaneous awakenings that way because it's not my normal sleeping position, and I just let myself go back to sleep. And on my back, I kind of just hover between the awake asleep threshold, just for a period of time, and I'm waking up every maybe 15 to 30 minutes. And each time I do, I try to just catch that transition and just roll out of body. And if it fails, I cycle through techniques. If that doesn't work, I just go back to sleep again, just with the intent to continue to try again on my next awakening. So on the 4th time, it worked. And I caught the transition between asleep and awake, and I just rolled right out, and it was so easy. It's unbelievable how easy it feels when it works and how difficult it feels when it doesn't. So I'm kneeling on my bedroom floor, and I have to say, it felt incredible. After being seriously concerned that I had permanently damaged my ability to project with my changes to my diet, it felt so good to be out again. So I stand up, I go into my hallway, and I'm thinking about my plan of action. One of the things that I've been talking with folks about recently is verification that experiences are real in the projected in this astral realm. And I have never had any confirmations that anything I've done is real. I've tried, reading cards, reading dice, interacting with people, various things like that, and I've never been successful. But I'm still interested in continuing on with these experiments because how amazing would it be if you could prove something like that? And I'm somebody who wants to experience it myself. I just can't take anecdotal evidence from other people. So I decide I want to go to my parents' house, and I'm going to try to interact with my parents. I talk to my parents on the phone once a week, and I'm going to see if they remember anything that happens. And so I'm in the hallway. I look up above my head, and the doorway to my attic is open, which is weird because I never open it. I've never actually gone in my attic. I've just kind of propped it up and looked inside and put it back down again. And it's completely open, and I look up and I don't see the rafters like I normally would see. It's just like a big black void. And using the same sort of idea that I use to manifest things, where you just picture something being behind a closed door, I look up and I say, this is going to be a portal to my parents' living room. And I jump and I fly straight into it. And all of a sudden, once I'm in it, it's like I'm being moved outside of my control, and I'm being sucked in different directions through what feels like a tight rubber tube, and everything is completely black, and I'm being pressed in from all sides, and I shoot out, and I'm in my parents' living room, and it worked. So very effective method of teleportation if you haven't tried that. So I go up to my parents' room. It's nighttime. Everything looks like it normally would, and I go in my parents' bedroom, and my parents are asleep in bed, and I decide I'm going to try to wake up my dad and try to communicate with him. And so first I try the nonverbal projection of nonverbal projection of thoughts and ideas and things like that, pictures, images into my dad's head, and that's the normal way that I communicate with people when I'm out of body, but it's not working, at least not visibly effective. So I try physical communication, verbal, vocalized communication, which is almost never very effective. In fact, I have a really hard time even forming words in the out-of-body state and making sounds, and I don't know if it's because of the lack of vocal cords. I don't know what, but it's not a very efficient way to communicate. So I'm trying that for a few minutes. It doesn't work either. And finally I decide I'm just going to start nudging him. So I start pushing on him with my fingertips and trying to just jostle him awake. And every time my fingers touch him, they just start vibrating like crazy. And I've had that experience before when I interact with people that aren't in the astral realm. It's like that difference in frequency is you feel that in your fingers or in your hands, and they're just vibrating. And so I'm thinking that that's not working, but all of a sudden my dad stirs and he kind of wakes up and he props himself up on one elbow and he looks right at me and he says, "Michael?" And right as he says my name, I am sucked backwards and fly back into my body and just thump back in my bed again, and I wake up. And oh, it was incredible. It was amazing. What would be more amazing is if my dad remembers it. So I'll let you guys know. I haven't talked to him yet, but I plan on actually talking to my parents tonight. We'll see if they bring up anything as far as oddities that happened during the night. So that's it. That was my projection experience. I'm really, really excited that I got back out there again. As always, like, comment, subscribe, help me build this community. I will talk to you guys again soon.